Back at the house now, but today we had an unbelievable, life-changing day. I'll show you some footage and then I'll talk to you about it afterwards. What you just saw there is a rhino dehorning. So the poaching crisis of rhinos has become so bad that certain areas like the Balule area and parts of Kruger have decided to take such drastic measures as to actually, tranquilize the rhinos and then saw off both of their horns to prevent them from being poached, or to try that and to try to help the rhinos survive. To give you some context, this only started happening in maybe about April. Even last year, and then when I came 5 years ago, we participated in the microchipping of the horn. So, you put microchips here and then here in the rhino, so that when you find a carcass of a dead rhino without a horn, and then you find a horn somewhere overseas, you can link the horn to the crime and try to get people arrested in that way. But that has not worked. So they are now dehorning all the rhinos in the area to try to protect them. And hard thing to do, and unfortunately it is what is now in some areas one of the only things you can do to keep these animals safe, or at least try to, taking such a drastic measure. Such a horrendous, it's so hard to watch. It's such a horrendous thing. It's such an invasion. It's so violating. It's so sad, and everybody's filled with so many emotions, and it's not an easy thing to watch, not an easy thing to be part of. The animal is there. It's obviously still awake because you just need to cut off, because it's like your nail beds. You just cut off the top and before you get to the part that bleeds. And the animal's shaking. It's terrified. It doesn't know what's happening. And it wakes up when it comes back to you without a horn on its face. So it was an incredibly impactful, meaningful, difficult thing, an important thing to be a part of. And I'm grateful for this experience. And also it's a reminder of just how bad the poaching crisis is and how much these animals really do need help. So I'm sure I'll continue to process this and let it fuel me as I go more back into conservation instead of just the fun side of safari. So anyways, It's been a few months since I helped in the rhino dehorning at the Balule area. And I didn't say this at the time for my other videos because it was still too raw and I was trying to process, and also process other people's emotions, let's be honest. It's a hard thing to watch. But in hindsight, and I felt this way at the time, I am so proud to have been a part of that. I'm proud that my money went towards contributed towards that my time, that my art, that my emotions, my physical help. I'm so proud and grateful to have been a part of that opportunity in saving rhino. People will argue and tell you that, oh, the poaching numbers have decreased, we're winning. No, sorry, that's just not true. The reason the numbers have decreased is because the numbers of rhino have severely decreased, and they're spread over further areas, or they're congested into certain areas which they know are safe because of great anti-poaching units, or because they're far away from the gates where poachers enter. So no, poaching is not getting better. It is just as bad, if not worse, but there are just less rhino, so less rhino to be killed. It's simple math. So to me, helping out in the dehorning, as hard as it was to watch, it really felt like I was actively participating into saving a species that I love so much. Rhino are fun. They're interesting. They are emotional. They're got little attitudes. They're like nervous about things. They're just so fun and they're interesting to watch. And I love being around them, and I want that to continue to happen. And I felt like for the first time I was actively participating in something that was going to help save animals. Yes, it's a last resort. It's not the last resort. It is one of them. And I'm grateful to have been a part of it. Thank you, Balule. Thank you for Youth for African Wildlife. And yeah, it feels good to actually feel like I'm contributing to something that I'm so passionate about. It's, at the end of the day, that's all that matters, right?